it's a Star Thrifter, and I got a thrift haul to share with you today. I wasn't going to do this video. I already have listed this stuff. I mean, just did the photographing and all that, and already put them in the bags that I put them in. But then there was just some really great items, and I really wanted to share it with you. Anyhow, I'll show you real quick. If you've not watched any of my other videos before, full-time reseller, and I sell on eBay and I sell on Poshmark, and we'll get right onto it. I just washed my hands, so I got spots on my shirt, which there isn't spots. It just looks like it because it's water. I have a really great item, Veronica beard, and I don't think I've ever found it before. If I've had, it's only been one time and a really long time ago because I really don't remember finding it. And I want to show you that, but I got some other great pieces to show you too. This first item here is, this is actually a Wilford, which is part of the Aritzia brand. And sometimes it's either Wilford or Wilford Free. And this is... this one here is a silk. It's part silk. And I tried to look it up. Normally they're stock, you know, the style numbers. You can look it up and, you know, Google and get your keywords and things like that. But this kind of come up different. It didn't have a belt, the one that it showed. I don't know, but it's kind of like a long sleeve tunic. And this is a very nice piece. And if you're not familiar with the brand, that's the brand there, and they always have like a style number on there. And sometimes I think they're the brand that does it. Sometimes their tag here, the material tag, will be hanging like by two strings, and you think, oh my gosh, is it supposed to be like that? Yeah, I think that this is the brand that does it. But anyhow, they'll have like, you know, a style number there along the bottom, and you can Google that and get some keywords. And I haven't looked up pricing on this. This is a very nice brand, and some of this is really expensive. I think this one, well, a shirt that was similar to this didn't have the belt. I think brand new it was like $88, and I don't know if that one was even silk. However, this is a really nice brand, but lately I've been finding it's really been kind of sitting and doesn't sell for as much as what you think it would. But anyhow, it's still a nice brand to pick up, and most all these items I got for like 25% off at the thrift store. Okay, this here is, this is how I put them in. I already put them in these clear bags, you know, and that's how I store them in inventory. And then when they sell, I can slip them right in a poly mailer. I do order the ones with the, you know, plastic warning, you know, on there. And I order those on eBay. And you can order them, you know, certainly from Amazon too. But sometimes you can open these right away and they don't, you know, mess up the bag, and sometimes not. But anyhow, this is a very nice piece. This is a J. Jill, and it's silk. It's very thin, but it's beautiful. It's a very pretty top, and some J. Jill pieces do sell, and anyhow, especially like their linen, but this is silk. And see how this is that very tiny little floral? That's what some people call like cottagecore, and that'll be, you know, or prairie. Usually it's like prairie dresses, but maybe you could use prairie too. But I'll be using cottagecore as a key word for that item there. And I know it's going to take just a little bit longer because I'm putting these, you know, returning them to opening the bags and returning them to the bags. This is kind of a nice piece. This is Soft Surroundings. If you've watched my other videos before, you know what I think about Soft Surroundings. I really like the brand, but some resellers say that it's like their bread and butter brand. They sell a ton of it. I got a lot of pieces, and I don't find that it's been selling all that great. However, it's hard to pass up. This is a nice piece, though. It's an open front, and I'll be probably using Aztec, but they have a style number 2 that you can use, and I'll be checking that out to get keywords. But it's an open front cardigan, and it's Soft Surroundings, and they will have a style number. And if you're not familiar on how to Google that, just, you know, you can use Google Lens too. You know, a lot of people have that, you know, option too, where you take a picture of the item and then you use Google Lens and it'll bring up similars. The only thing with that is you got to make sure that it is the item that you're looking for, because sometimes it'll bring up other items that look like it, but it's not the same piece, but, you know, it looks like it. And just, you know, like if you were doing this one, just make sure that it is a Soft Surroundings, and that it's the same piece or whatever. But if not, what you can do is you can go to get the style number, and then go to Google on your phone and put in, if it's for the Soft Surroundings, soft, the word soft spelled out. I don't capitalize it. Then a space, then surroundings, then a space, then the number. and then you can, you know, click on search. It's going to bring up, you know, a bunch of different stuff. Sometimes it'll come right up on that page. If you don't see it, along the top, there'll be, you know, things that you can choose. One is all, and that's what the first page is on Google. But about the third or fourth one to the right is images. And I click on that. I think it's images. And I click on that a lot of times, and it brings it up. And it's really great for getting style numbers, or I mean style words, keywords to use on your listings. And I didn't used to take time to do it, but I really think it does make a difference. And just remember, on eBay, you're not supposed to use stock photos, you know, that you find on there, screenshotting them. And I know there's a ton of sellers on eBay that does use them, and you're not supposed to. You can get your account, you know, flagged for that, you know. And anyhow, and I know a lot of people do on Posh. Use your own discretion, but I do not suggest it, especially on eBay. Don't suggest it for eBay. This is J. Jill. And the reason I picked these up is I've sold these before, and they're kind of like Asian or chef. Kind of looks almost like a chef top, but it's not actually a chef top. But as far as I know, you can still use that as a style name, because you know, it is a nationality, and because it is, you know, does look like that. And I've sold these in white, and I've sold them in denim. I mean, they're not like super fast movers, but I think they sold, you know, probably like $20-$25. I have a denim one in this haul that's just like it, and which I'll get to here. This is a We the Free, and you know, sometimes the free people in the We the Free doesn't sell for a ton of money, but some pieces do. But this is kind of neat. It's very thin. It's like a thermal. It's extremely boho, kind of oversized, and it's asymmetric hem. It's very thin. I may use the word waffle. I don't know if it has to be a little thicker, you know, material to consider waffle, but it's kind of like a waffle material. I always call it thermal. But anyways, that is We the Free, and I will be putting in there that this is, you know, kind of like it's not dolman sleeve, but it is oversized. And some of these pieces do sell, though, you know, for decent money. It just depends, but just, you know, do comps before you spend a lot of money on it, because some pieces don't sell for a lot of money, you know, use. It just depends on what piece it is. And, of course, your larger sizes are going to sell for more. Now, this is an extra small. But if I was to guess, I don't know, between 15 and 25 maybe on that. You know, I haven't done comps on these yet. This is a super cool shirt. I really, really like this shirt. However, it's cloth and stone, which is Anthropologie, and I haven't done real great with cloth and stone, you know, over the last, you know, couple of years. Probably before that, it was really a great brand. But this is a neat, and this is a newer tag, because it says cloth and stone, and this says Anthropologie right underneath it. But look at this shirt. Isn't this cool? It feels really, really neat. It's very soft, and you can consider this kind of ombre where it goes to another color. Also, I'll be using keywords of maybe tie-dye, because it is kind of almost like a tie-dye, this one is. And or maybe stonewash. It kind of looks like stonewash or distressed, but this is a nice piece. I'll have to do comps on it, and it really depends on how long you want to hold out for a certain price too. I mean, I could price this probably for, you know, $10-15. It'd sell right away, but really this shirt could be like a $29 shirt. I don't know. I'll have to do comps on this. I'm just using that for an example. But let's say if it is, you know, kind of the going rate is around 29, and somebody offers you 25, are you going to take it or not? You know, that it just all depends. But that's a nice piece. Let's see. Here is the J. Jill, the other one, but it's denim. You know, it's just exactly like that. You know, and that's. I have sold them before. They are a nice piece. This is a medium petite. I think the other one was a small. However, they're really wide. When I was measuring them, they're very wide across. I'll have to note that. This is a really cool piece. I was not familiar with this. This is Anthropologie, and it's called Farm. I was not familiar with it. Farm, and but this is also a newer tag, because I think because it has Anthropologie right on the tag with it. But look at this. And maybe it's a collaboration. I don't know. I'll have to check, because I've not heard that. It just says, oh, it does say Farm for Anthropologie. That means it's probably a collaboration. I wonder what that cloth and stone, if it said for Now this one doesn't say for, it just says Cloth and Stone Anthropology. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to research it, but look at this. Color black. Super soft. It's more like a satiny material. But one other thing that'll be kind of neat about this piece is that right now, Y2K 8090 is trending. This is kind of like, for sure, like a 90s looking shirt. And you know, another keyword that I still will probably, you know, I'll be using the word color black, but then also I will it's harder to fold these standing up than it is when you have them laying flat. Another keyword that I'll be using on this too is vivid or colorful, because things that were, you know, colorful and vivid were popular this year. But those are some other keywords that you also can use. And oh, I had that in there really nice prior. Now it is kind of hard to put it in the bag because it's that really, you know, kind of slippery material. This is another, I think, Leave the Free, and this was kind of neat too. This is like a real, it's kind of like, I'm going to consider this, is it hard when you find stuff? You don't know if it's a knit top or a sweater. It's kind of that in between. This is kind of like that, but I think this is like a thin sweater. I don't know. I'll have to research this, but this is nice. It almost is a cowl neck, not quite, but it's oversized, dome and sleeve. It's a neat piece. And, you know, right now it's summer, but we have fall and winter coming up, and hopefully that will sell. The only thing is it is an extra small. But these things are very oversized. But that was the style of it, because they were, you know, a lot of your free people, the majority, I think, is probably in We the Free, is, you know, really that boho look, you know, oversized boho. Some of it's lagging look, you know, but those are kind of the bigger sizes. I mean, the way that, you know, their brand kind of runs. Okay, the next is the Veronica beard. And the only thing is, I was super bummed. I was super happy to find it because I hardly ever find it. It's super soft, has a spot on it. I got to try to get the spot out, but look at this. Isn't this cool? Now, first when I looked at this, I thought, oh, that might be too out of style. I don't know, that might be kind of old. However, right now, puff sleeves are really trending. This isn't exactly a puff sleeve. It's kind of like a ruffle, but it kind of is a puff sleeve. Hopefully that will be a great selling point. I don't know if this had a style number, but I'll have to look it up. But there's a spot on it, and I didn't see it when I had it laying flat. You can't really see it that much, and I'm going to try to get it out. It's kind of like right there. There's kind of like just a very slight spot on it, but it's really neat material. But I was super happy to find this because this was always a, you know, a brand that I had heard, you know, to pick up, and it's Veronica Beard Jeans, and hopefully that's still a great brand to pick up. I haven't looked at, you know, checked it out for a really long time. But anyhow, I just wanted to share this with you. I know it was kind of a small amount because I only did a little bit tonight. I have some other things going on. And normally I was liking to list 20 a day, but I'll tell you what, lately I've been having a hard time finding enough inventory when I've been sourcing on Wednesdays and Fridays. I think I'll have to add another day like Tuesday, or check some other, you know, categories a little bit more with the clothing. I've really been focusing more on the women's again. I did pick up some men, but I kind of slacked off on that. And I don't know. Sometimes it sells, and sometimes it seems like it wasn't selling. But probably, yeah, obviously depends on the piece. But anyhow, tonight it's going to only be like 10 or, I don't know, 10 or 12. It'll be under 15 listings, and you're really supposed to stay very consistent. And I was wanting to stay with 20 a day, but it's been less. I have been taking a few of my old items, and I have been ending the listing and then doing a total brand new relist. And, you know, either keeping some of those photos or taking all brand new photos. And I know some people say, well, that's not really that beneficial. It's a waste of time. I don't think it's a waste of time. However, I wouldn't spend a ton of time doing it because, yes, you already have it up there. And their point was that if you do that and you've already had it for sale and it didn't sell the first time, it's probably a dud or whatever. Not necessarily. Sometimes maybe you listed a sweater during the summer, and even though I list stuff year round, but, you know, when it wasn't the time for it, you know, as much. Because when I have done this, I've sold the items after I've done this sometimes. I mean, not always, anyhow, but I'm only doing it on stuff that I know it was a great brand, it's a great style, and it should be relisted. You know, I'm not really gonna take the time, to do it on ones that are just an all right piece or anything like that. And at the same time, too, I'm sorting through the inventory. I'm starting to go through some of the bins to see if it's even still listed on eBay. Many times you'll have listings that just fall off. They're just not there anymore. And I know a lot of other people have talked about it. And eBay does say in their, in their paperwork or whatever for the site that not all items are shown, all listings are shown all the time. And that's kind of a bummer. However, these sometimes just, I don't know if they come back on later and they're just gone for a while or whatever, but when I go through there and they're not there, then I just, obviously pull that out. Hopefully they don't come back on. I just saw that because you don't want any duplicates. That's a really great thing to think about. Because I always figured when I come across them, they're just gone now. Ooh, that's something to think about. Ooh, I don't know. I have to do some research on that. However, but then you can also do the end the listings right before they're ready to, renew again for the next month and do sell similar, and that sometimes also stimulates sales. Anyhow, I just wanted to do this really short video. Hopefully you've been having a lot of prosperous sales, and I have been promoting, and I've been kind of playing around with that. I know I've talked about it before, and for a while there was at 10. I just bumped it up to 15 again, and that's a lot. I don't know if that's great to have it there, but it is summer slowdown, and I just kind of been playing around with it. But if I bump it up that high, then I ain't running sales at the same time. That's just a lot. Anyhow, but if you watched any of my other videos, I love neon, and this new nail polish, I kind of like it. It's really actually like an orange pink, but it's kind of neon looking. It's very pretty. I just really like it. Anyhow, I just wanted to share that with you. Many prosperous sales to you, and if you could do me a favor and subscribe, I greatly appreciate it. Leave some comments, and have a great day. Thank you.